I'm going to show you Exhibit 177, please. When you are processing a vehicle and you see something that appears to be blood, is there something you can do to try and determine if it is in fact blood?
Yes, we have a presumptive blood test that we use. So we'll take a small portion of a stain that we think is blood, swab it up, and then use a 3-step chemical process on that swab. If the test is positive, the swab will turn pink. If it's negative, it'll stay, the color will stay unchanged.
And so when you are doing that, when you see things that might be blood stains, do that test for each of those blood stains?
Yes, for each of the blood stains, it would get its own presumptive test, yes.
We see in the center of this photograph, Exhibit 177, that strap you had mentioned earlier. But then there are also these 3 white tags. Can you describe those for the jurors?
Yes, the 3 white stickers you can see are items 12, 13, and 14. Those are marking locations of potential blood stains. And then also on those stickers is a little notation. It says pH positive, and that means that that blood test that I performed was positive.
And do you recall how many separate stains you collected from that squad car that appeared to be blood, at least in this area of the squad car?
In this particular portion of the squad car on the seat bottom, there was 4 different blood stains. And then in other areas of the seat? And then on the seat back, the rear passenger seat back, were an additional 4 stains. So if we then go to Exhibit 178, can you describe what we're seeing here? In Exhibit 178, you can see a photograph. In the center is an item marked item 10 with that pH positive. So this is marking a blood stain that was positive for the presumptive blood test. And then this is on the rear passenger seat back. And then item number 11, which is a little bit out of the photograph, is more in the door frame of the vehicle. And that was also positive for the presence of blood. And so in this photograph, Exhibit 178, what we're seeing on the left side as you're looking at it is what? That's the door frame or the very edge of the rear passenger seat on the seat back side. If we can go then to Exhibit 179. Describe this for the jurors, please. These are 2 stains that are on the rear passenger seat bottom that have both been marked as items 14 and 15, and that pH positive, indicating that the blood test was positive. And it appears these are in the same areas where we saw that strap, item 9, sitting before? Yes, the strap is right next to it. And then if we can go to Exhibit 180, describe this, please. This is an item marked as BCA item 16. This was on the rear passenger seat back. And this, again, was an area that was positive for the presence of blood. And Exhibit 181. This is a photograph of the seat back as well. And you can see 2 items of 2 stickers. Item 10 is an area that was positive for the presence of blood. And item 18 is also marking what I believed was possibly a blood stain. I didn't do the presumptive blood test while processing the squad at this particular time due to how small the stain was. And then finally, Exhibit 182. Now the strap has been removed and we see some other items here, correct? Correct. This was after the strap was removed, and this denotes the 4 locations on the rear passenger seat bottom where blood was indicated, and I collected samples from each of those 4 areas. So as we've seen then, there were, by my calculations, 7 different blood-like stains, 6 of which presumptively tested positive as blood, correct? There were 7 that presumptively tested positive for blood and 1 additional, so for a total of 8. 8. And did you then, well,
Just describe for the jury where those generally were located in the squad car.
They were all on the rear passenger side of the vehicle.
And did you conduct further, well, let me ask you this. Did you take samples of those back to the BCA with you?
Yes, I collected a sample from each of those locations. They all were packaged up individually, and then they were sent for DNA testing.
And was DNA testing done on that?
Yes, they were.
Who did that?
On all of them. I did the DNA testing on those samples.
And when you tested each of those, did you follow the standard procedures necessary for your lab and DNA testing?
Yes, I did.
And what was the result of that testing?
From all 8 of those locations, I obtained a single source male DNA profile that matches George Floyd. And again, this DNA profile would not be expected to occur more than once among unrelated individuals in the world population.
So that was George Floyd's blood?
Yes, essentially.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.